battling a pretty shitty adductor injury right now, so lots of groin work in warm-ups. I mean, injuries in general kind of suck, but for me, I don't mind them as much because, one, I'm a physiotherapy student, so it's good for me to learn and practice how I would treat them. And then also, I train a lot of hockey athletes, groin injuries, we see them all the time, so it's actually good for me to deal with one myself and treat it myself. So I have a better kind of understanding of what the guys and gals are going through when they come to me for rehab. So, you know, spin it into a positive. So you're not a Debbie Downer about your injury. This is one of my favorite prep exercises for the hip flexors too. You get the lower half of the core really lit up. You feel a good contraction on those hip flexors. If you're a hockey player and you want speed, don't forget your hip flexors. Okay, so quick acceleration prep circuit. ISO with a banded kind of acceleration pose. Set up for the ISO is pretty easy. Split stance, and then kind of knee height. We're here getting that acceleration pose. You're just pushing as hard as you can into the rack for 7 seconds. Says there's good acceleration angles. "20 to 30 seconds rest, then you're gonna hop into this one. Setup for this one's pretty easy. Go waist height, just attach a really thick band. Getting in the rack, and you're just learning to project those hips. Yeah, so like I said, just a quick prep circuit. Today's more of like an acceleration focus day versus a top speed day. So we're about to do some sled work. And so this is a good one to learn those positions of acceleration, like really steep positions. Also get some like activation of the posterior chain. So it's just a quick prep circuit, 2-3 sets to make sure we're priming the right muscles, and also just learning how to project those sets. It's going to be super important, not only for the sled work, but on the ice to build more speed. I'll catch my breath here. When it comes to acceleration training, sleds are a must for me. Obviously, with our online clients, we sub them out if you need them, because some gyms don't have them. But if you're really serious about taking your hockey speed to kind of the next level, I think a sled or a gym that has a sled is a must for a few reasons. It just trains those really good positions, teaches you how to project your hips really well, and just builds strength in those positions. So it's just an all-encompassing exercise. With this one, we're going a little bit heavier, and we usually phase that through the in-season, off-season, heavier to kind of lighter resisted sprinting. Again, just to build some capacity of the posterior chain. So today, a little heavier. You still want it to look like a sprint, but a really slow sprint. So it's going to be really heavy contact, high impulse, and that's really going to match up nicely to what an acceleration looks like on the ice. Really heavy contacts, high impulses, and just a little bit slower, longer ground contact times. So sleds are a must for all those reasons. Really, really good tool for training hockey acceleration. Okay, so for the meat and potatoes of this kind of acceleration lift, we'll call it speed lift, we have this concentric dominant split squat. We're going to pair that with a plyo. Again, because the hockey stride is mainly concentric dominant, we're looking for acceleration in this workout as kind of our primary goal. Concentric dominant actions are going to dominate this workout. And before anyone gets in the comments and tells me, injury risk for not doing eccentrics and all that stuff, I do all that. We do all that later in the week. We do it. It's all fit into our program. This workout here is specifically designed for hockey speed. How do we apply a stimulus that makes you a faster skater on the ice? And so this is how we do it. So you're going to set pins up, kind of this deep knee bend position. From here, you want to be lifting that foot and driving in. So it's here. Just being as explosive as possible. With this step up jump plyo, I like the step up because it puts you in that similar knee angle. So this is very similar to what we'd see on the ice from an acceleration angle. And it's going to be concentric dominant again for all the reasons I just said. But just get after this one. It's important to note with this one, the height of the box really doesn't matter. So we're not chasing the highest box we can. We want to be able to land on the box with a relatively straight leg. So you shouldn't be like tucking your knee to get up to the box. The box is simply here to decrease landing impacts. Because if I jumped off this and landed on the ground, it's a lot of eccentric loading, a lot of impacts that we're not really looking to put on the body in this workout, at least. Again, like I said, we'll work on that in other workouts, but it's not the main focus of this one. So the box is just decreasing landing impacts, so it doesn't have to be super high. The goal is just to land on it with a relatively straight leg. All right, so we finished this workout out with just some general strength and structure building. So you can do all the fancy concentric dominant sled work, plyos you want, but at the end of the day, you still do need to have the force generating capacity. You still need to have strength to produce that force. Hockey players don't have massive quads for no reason, so we still have to work on that strength piece. So this is more of a strength maintenance, I would say, for us. So rear foot elevated split squats are one of my favorites. Pretty big staple in the hockey world. We're going barbell today just so we can load them up quite a bit. when I go barbell. I usually go a much lower box than a bench. Just a little bit more stability. Doesn't drag your back hip behind you and put you in some bad positions. So we're loading it up, so make sure you have the safeties on. But this one is just load it up and get after it kind of exercise. We're looking in the 3 to 5 rep range for this kind of exercise. Hit the safeties though. That's not a good start. And put some hip flexor work in here. If you followed me for any length of time at all, you will have heard me talk about hip flexors extensively. It's a huge component to hockey speed that nobody trains for some reason. And it's because your ability, once you push off in that propulsive phase, your ability to bring your foot back under you quicker is going to allow you to put more strides into the ice. Speed is a simple equation in hockey: stride length, stride frequency. So if we can affect that stride frequency by bringing that foot under faster, you're going to win more puck races. So hip flexors and adductors are how we do that. So again, similar to sleds being a staple for hockey speed training, hip flexor work is a major staple, and we usually toss it in a warm up like you saw, and then at the end of the workout, more loaded to just build more capacity. So this is paired with the rear foot elevated split squats here, and we're just gonna get after it. This one is just a grab a kettlebell, go, looking for probably 8 reps. I lost count, to be honest with you. I think that was 8. I don't know. And there's better setups than this kettlebell setup. I like using a cable because you get a little bit more constant tension. Band is a little tougher because it's only really hard at the top. Kettlebell works. It's just the easiest setup in the current gym I'm in right now. It just made the most sense for kind of how busy the gym is here, and I didn't want to take up a bunch of space and be that gym asshole. So it just makes the most sense for this setup here. But yeah, make sure you get your hip flexor work in. All right, guys, that wraps up today's workout. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I took a big step outside of my comfort zone on this one. Training at a new gym right now, and I just filmed the whole workout while talking to my tripod while everybody stared at me. So, bit embarrassing, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. I want to do more of these. I think they're helpful for hockey players out there, or athletes out there looking for specific advice, looking for an insight into what I do for training, what I program for my clients. And it's also, I just think it's kind of the future of content creation for us, at least at MPR. I like doing these style of videos. Less work on my end because they're more raw, so I don't really edit them that much. So yeah, so if you enjoyed it, share it, like it, subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna be trying to do a little bit more of these. A few disclaimers on the workout itself would be, you can do this in season. Everything that was done in the workout is down below, so the whole workout is in the description. If you are in season hockey athlete, I would recommend you bring the volume way down. A lot of things in this workout had 4 sets. So if you're in season, you're going to be wanting to do 1 or 2 sets, just to limit the fatigue. The good thing about this workout is it's concentric dominant. So a lot of our work in season is concentric dominant work because it's less fatiguing naturally on the body than eccentric dominant work. And so you're gonna see less fatigue from that aspect. But in season, the goal is hockey. It's not the weight room. You absolutely should be supplementing with the weight room and training in season. but the main focus should be hockey, and especially at least up in Canada now, we're getting into important parts of the season with playoffs and those sorts of things. So if you're an in-season athlete, especially pushing towards playoffs, hockey should be the goal, and you don't want the gym bagging you for on ice. You want to be prepared to play on game day. So that's my disclaimer on the workout. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing more of these. Comment down below what kind of workouts, what kind of these style videos you'd like to see if you want to see more of them. But yeah, like I said, thanks for joining me. I enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things for me, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.